Whether they want to admit it or not, the Democrats have a Cori Bush problem. Let me play you this audio from Cori Bush. She was being interviewed on CBS News. Listen to this.
I'm going to make sure I have security because I know I have had attempts on my life and I have too much work to do. There are too many people that need help right now for me to allow that. So if I end up spending $200,000, if I spend 10 more dollars on it, you know what? I get to be here to do the work. So suck it up, and defunding the police has to happen. We need to defund the police and put that money into social safety net.
So Cori Bush, by the way, Republicans are pouncing according to the news. Or wait, one of the headlines? Where'd this come from? I just saw it a minute ago. Salivate from Politico. Republicans are salivating now. It was pounce, and then it was weaponized and seize on and grab hold of, and now it's salivating. Democrats have a Cori Bush problem. Cori Bush is the progressive Democrat from St. Louis, Missouri. On CBS News, she says she's paying for her own private security, but you need to defund the police for everybody else. Yesterday and the day before, Chuck Schumer was on the floor of the Senate thanking Cori Bush for getting the rent moratorium extended, or the eviction moratorium extended. Do you know who predominates in? So 53%, let me give you the numbers here. 53% of rental houses in this country are owned by individuals, not corporations, and not rich people. 53% are owned by members of the middle class who depend on the rental income for their livelihood. Of that 53%, half are Black or Hispanic. The Biden administration's reimposition of the eviction moratorium is hurting Black and Hispanic landlords. The Democrats, including Cori Bush, are attacking them as rich people, and they're not. They're in the middle class. I know multiple people who do this, and that's how they have boosted their income. I got to tell you guys, I'm not handy. I'm not. I would love to learn woodworking. I've got friends of mine who make just beautiful furniture. I would probably cut my hand off. I'm not handy. I hire plumbers. I hire electricians. I'm just not a handy person, and I'm willing to admit it and know I got to hire people to do this sort of stuff. I have friends of mine who are genuinely handy, and they rent houses out, and they do most of the work themselves. They do a lot of their own electrical work or their carpentry work. They handle the houses. They insulate the houses. They are the handyman. And they buy these houses. They and their wives fix them up and renovate them, and they rent them out to people. And they are being really hurt. They can't make the mortgages. You notice there's no mortgage foreclosure moratorium. So if they can't make the mortgage payment on these rental houses, they're losing their rental houses. But the renters who generate the income to cover the mortgage payment, they're not actually paying. And half of the people, or 53% of the people who do this, are individuals in the middle class. And of them, half of them are Black or Hispanic. And these are people who, as the Democratic Party gets more white and woke, are leaving the Democratic Party. Wokeness is a religion, whether you want to admit it or not. Wokeness is a religion. It has its own liturgies. It has its own sacraments. It has its own rites and rituals. And Black and Hispanic people tend to be socially conservative, more so than white urban liberals. And as the Democratic Party becomes a group of highly educated white urban liberals who practice this new religion, also called Episcopalianism, the Black and Hispanic members of the Democratic Party are leaving the Democratic Party. They may not become Republican, but they're leaving the Democratic Party, and they have less motivation to go vote for Democrats. And the Democratic Party, the behind the scenes, the political operatives are starting to realize this. They're starting to wonder what they can do. And that's why, by the way, that's why Democrats waited for a month before they did anything. And that's why Joe Biden came out originally and said he agreed with the White House counsel it was unconstitutional. Because one, they know it is, and two, they know it's not actually popular.